I guess one of the best ways to judge whether or not we're truly recovering from the recession is whether or not we're spending money on luxuries, those nice-to-haves rather than need-to-haves. And to help us judge whether or not we are recovering from the recession is in the studio is Saygin Yalcin, the CEO of Sukar.com, which is an online shopping website focusing on prestige and lifestyle products that was launched just 3 months ago. Good morning to you, Saygin. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
First of all, talk us through your business model, please, and tell us how you make money from your site.
Sukar.com is the first online shopping club in the Middle East. Basically, it's a members-only, invitation-only shopping experience where you have to be invited to become a member. Once you're in, you will enjoy up to 70% off on top brands.
Now, obviously, people need mass market appeal in a recession to make money. You need to cast your net as widely as possible. Why did you decide to go virtually the opposite of that, a sort of invitation-only club?
First of all, it is already gathering a lot of people. We have over 140,000 people already who have subscribed to our website within 3 months. So it is already appealing to a mass. The way we do it is we do not just open up for everybody. We try to grow from inside, basically friends inviting friends. The first method to do so was to invite opinion leaders who have a mass following, and those people invited their friends, so the multiplicator just kept on going.
Now, you have a relationship with some pretty major brands, in fact, very well-known luxury brands. What's your relationship with these with these brands, and what's the advantage that's so compelling for them to distribute through your website?
Well, first of all, we have collaborations with authorized distributors or brand partners, with brands directly, but also with their partners. So there are many advantages for the brands to work with us. First of all, as we said, we have a controlled way of giving privileged prices to a controlled circle of friends. So it is not an obvious outlet offline where the discounts are displayed for a whole month. It's kind of a flash sale for only 3 days. Within these 3 days, everything which is offered has to be bought by the members. So the members never looked actually for the brand. They looked for a great deal on Sukar.com, and they came and basically bought. That's the way how we communicate acquiring new members, basically new buyers for the brands.
But for the brands themselves, I mean, why should they come to you? I mean, one of the pioneers of this concept was Yux.com, which has been very successful around the world. Slightly different position, from yourselves, but nevertheless, it's got a global reach. Yours is essentially intra-GCC. So, what's the attraction for the brands?
First of all, we are not only focusing on the GCC, we are focusing on the whole Arab world, the Middle East. The advantage, of course, for the brands is, for the partners, we get rid of their stock. That means we have a way to use our massive distribution channel, so we can get rid of thousands of items within 1 day.
Now, whatever this may be exclusive, it may be a club, but it is a discounted club. And you stress that straight away, that people are actually able to buy expensive items, but at a huge discount as well, which of course is the major appeal of this. And you just use the expression, get rid of their stock, which indicates that it may be last year's stock, or it's surplus, or an item that hasn't been selling particularly well. Are you just a clearing ground for old stock?
No, we are not. But what I can tell you is, yes, we also work with last season stock. Basically, in the fashion world, a product is already old in October. A summer product is already old in October. So that means it's not actually old. First of all, and second of all, we do not only get last season products. Actually, the brands overproduce a lot of their items. So there is always a piece of their stock which they could not use with their partners, so we can take advantage of this.
So on the surface, it looks like a success. You've reached 140,000 members. I think you said it was 100,000 after 3 months. Now 140.
Yes.
2.1 million page views, 50,000 logins a month. But how much?
That's higher now.
Okay, but how much has actually been sold by your portal? Either the number of items or the value of the items?
Well, actually, we do not disclose the exact number, but I can tell you that we grow by 100% every month. So and we are exceeding our business plan.
Even if you don't want to give me the revenues, can you tell me the number of actual items sold?
It's around, we're expecting to sell around 5,000 this month.
5,000 items, individual items a month?
This month.
Yeah, okay.
What the revenue model for your website in terms of the relationship with advertisers, what's the way you're going to go in specifically with that? Are you going to purely generate revenue from the sales that you make on the site? Or how are you going to, how's that going to shape up going forward?
Well, it's always going to be online, and we do not distract ourselves from our core competency, which is going to be online sales.
But in terms of advertising or accepting advertising on the site, will is that something you would consider?
We do not consider now, and actually, let me give a background. Sokar.com is part of a global shopping club alliance. On the one hand, basically, we're part of 10 other shopping clubs in terms of it's an alliance, as we're not sister companies. On the other hand, we're part of the Jabbar Internet Group. So we have a way already how we conduct the shopping club business model, and we have never done this before in terms of advertising on the website.
Your ownership is Jabbar, is it 100%?
No, it's not. It's basically majorly owned by the Jabbar Internet Group, but we also have international investors which already own 10 other shopping clubs around the world.
The shopping clubs that have a stake in you, is it, rather than individuals?
No, it's individuals.
If I'm a customer and I buy an expensive pair of branded jeans, for example, and there is something wrong in terms of the fit, what's my recourse? Can I send them back to you? Do I have a period of time to sort of consider the purchase? Because these are important things, aren't they? It makes people a little bit apprehensive, especially buying sort of clothing-related items or designer.
Well, we have a return policy for everything. You can return for apparel and footwear, because it's clear that you might have a misfit. But to avoid this, we give as much information as possible. We have a sizing guide which helps you, and basically you get several pictures to judge the product.
Now, the portal carries brands such as Jimmy Choo's, Versace, Hilfiger, etc. They're all being advertised at a discount price. Where does the product come from? Is it resident and still owned by the brand itself, or have you bought it from them to sell?
Basically, we don't have one origin. Mostly we source from the local market, but if you mentioning those products, some of them actually come directly from Italy.
When you say you source from the local market, do you mean you actually buy it from the local distributor?
With the authorized brand partners or the local distributor, yes. Or, I mean, you said buy. We actually don't buy. Our model works on a blocking basis. That means we actually collaborate with the brands, partners, and afterwards, after the sale, basically they ship the products to us.
Well, I mean, the on-screen prices, I had a look yesterday, they show as being discounted. For instance, I saw a pair of Jimmy Choo sunglasses which were discounted from 2,290 dirhams down to 961. Obviously a pretty hefty discount, but
yes.
That original price, that higher figure, where does that come from? Is that a manufacturer's recommended price? Is that the agent's local price? Is it your price? Is it a market price?
Actually, we know what the other retailers charge for it in the market, and we just go by the market price.
So it's actually a sort of selection of market prices,
yes,
averaged?
Well, yes.
Or just one, the highest price you can find?
No, it's not the highest price we find. Sometimes we actually go by the lowest we can find sometimes and say, this is even the discount we give on that.
In terms of the actual market that you're addressing, or the potential audience, shall we say, it's only for the GCC, or is the Middle East? What's the catchment area? Because this is a relatively small. I mean, for online, it's a relatively small area.
The GCC, I mean, if you compare it to the whole world, of course it's very small, but we do not only focus on the GCC. We actually extended to 9 countries now, so we added Egypt, Jordan and Lebanon to around 4 days ago.
Where have most of the orders actually come from?
Saudi Arabia so far.
And the UAE, how's that performed?
Very well. I mean, I can give you the breakdown. It's 60% Saudi Arabia and it's around 30% UAE because, I mean, we just launched Egypt, Jordan and Lebanon, so their portion will become much higher very soon.
And the product mix, there's a very big emphasis on clothing-related items. What other areas are you going to emerge into and to branch out into?
The very big portion of the purchases are actually accessories and watches. Basically, this is what we've seen.
But
so far.
how far do you go? I mean, what's the product mix going to be?
We will always be a lifestyle company. That means lifestyle products, which is, of course, fashion and accessories. But you might also find a lifestyle product like an iPhone or an iPad once a month, something like this.
Does that make it a very capital-intensive business for you? I mean, does this require heavy financing? Are you in profit right now?
It actually, of course, it does require heavy financing, but at the end of the day, it's not a capital-intensive business. If you take the fact into consideration that we do not buy the products until we have sold them. So actually, we have blocked them in the warehouse of the suppliers.
It's almost self-financing.
We have a lot.
Are you making a profit currently?
No, I don't want to make a profit because at the end of the day, we want to grow.
Sorry, I've never.
I mean, of course, I want to make profit. You know what I mean is,
sounds incredibly
at the end of the
you.
day, we will make a profit. What I'm saying is, we reinvest into the business.
So, what's the timeline for making a profit? I mean, if we were having this conversation 6 months down the line, would I be?
I can tell you that. I mean, we've seen in other countries that a shopping club can become profitable after a year already.
Now, we started this interview by talking about the effects of the recession, and the luxury market is probably the first to go. Have you seen any effects of the recession still? I mean, do you think it's lagging?
No, I don't. First of all, we do not only focus on luxury. We are medium to high end. So it's not only the big brands, top high-end brands you will see. But coming back to your question, no. Actually, as I said, we're growing 100% every month. And I have so far not seen any summer hole or any recession. Maybe we're just recovering.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. Saygin Yalcin, the CEO of Sukkar.com, the online shopping portal. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much.